Hello and welcome dear students to a new video of NewtonGATE Academy where we make your dreams come true. So today we will discuss about the most fascinating yet complex topics, cell, that are the building blocks of our life and their structure and function from the curriculum of CBSE class 8. So let's get started.
So let's dive deeper into the fascinating topic of cell. What is a cell? Cell is a fundamental, structural and functional unit of all living organisms. In fact, the cells are the smallest unit that can carry out all the tasks that are necessary of life. Let's have a brief look into the history of cells. Robert Hooke, in the year of 1665, an English scientist who observed the honeycomb-like dead cells and coined the term as cells. In the year 1667, Anton von Leeuwenhoek first described a living cell, and in the year 1833, Robert Brown, who discovered nucleus. Now, we will discuss about the cell theory. In 1838 to 1839, Matthias J. Schleiden, a German botanist, and Theodor Schwann, a British zoologist, who proposed the cell theory. And the cell theory tells us about the all living organisms are composed of cells and a product of cells. All cells that arise from pre-existing cells through the process of cell division. The body of living organisms is made up of one or more cells. Cells that can vary in number, shape and size in different organisms. Some organisms are made up of single cells, while others are made up of more than one cell. Single cellular organisms are called as unicellular, and the organisms that have more than one cell, they are called as multicellular organisms. In different organisms and in different organs, the cells can be shaped differently, like they can be round, spherical or elongated, and can be spindle shaped, branched also. They can vary in size also. They can be as small as a millionth of a meter, like micrometer or micron, and maybe as large as a few centimeters, like in the largest cells of ostrich. So, what are the types of cells? That are prokaryotes and eukaryotes. Prokaryotes, the Greek word that means before nuclei, and the eukaryotes, that means true nuclei. The primary distinction between these two types of organisms is the eukaryotic cells have a membrane-bound nucleus and the prokaryotic cells that do not have. In prokaryotes, DNA is bundled together in the nucleoid region, but it is not stored within a membrane-bound nucleus. So here is a tabular form that describes the components of cells. Cells that consist of cell membrane, cytoplasm and nucleus. Cytoplasm is further divided into cell organelles and cell inclusion, and nucleus is divided into nuclear membrane, nucleoplasm, nucleolus and chromatin fiber. So let's know more about the cell and the organelles that consist. What is cell wall? Cell wall is outermost layer that is non-living and rigid, that are found mainly in bacterial cells, fungal cells and plant cells. Cell walls are permeable, that means they allow all kind of liquid or gas to pass through them. They are made up of cellulose, in case of bacteria, peptidoglycans, and in case of fungus, chitin. The function of cell wall is they gives rigidity, mechanical support and protection to the cell. Cell membrane or plasma membrane, present in all cells just below the cell wall in case of plant cells and outermost membrane in case of animal cells. Cell membranes are semi-permeable, that means This is a barrier that will only allow some molecules to pass through while blocking the passage of other molecules. Cell membranes are made up of phospholipids, proteins, carbohydrates, and cholesterol. The function is the outward and inward movement of molecules across it, like diffusion, osmosis, active transport, phagocytosis, and phenotyping. According to Huxley, protoplasm is the physical basis of life that includes all the organic and inorganic molecules, and cytoplasm, that is the semi-fluid matrix present between the cell membrane and nuclear membrane. It has various living cell inclusions called cell organelles and non-living substances called ergastic substances. Now, the relationship between protoplasm and cytoplasm is cytoplasm plus nucleus is equals to protoplasm. Nucleus is referred to as the brain of cell as it contains the genetic information. Nucleus is the largest cell organelle present in all the eukaryotic cells. It is usually spherical, has a double layer nuclear membrane with nuclear pores, has transparent granular matrix called nucleoplasm, and a chromatin network that is composed of DNA and histone protein. It also has a spherical body called nucleolus. Its function is as follows, like it is the control center of the cell, as I previously said. It contains all the genetic material of DNA in which regulates all the metabolic activities of body. Now, we will discuss about submembrane bound organisms. At first, we will discuss about the endoplasmic reticulum. Endoplasmic reticulum is a network of membrane-bound tubular structures in the cytoplasm. It extends from the cell membrane to nuclear membrane, and it can exist as flattened sacs called cisternae, unbranched tubules, and oval vesicles. There are two types of ER, that is rough ER and smooth ER. ER helps in the intracellular transportation, provides mechanical support to the cytoplasmic matrix, helps in the formation of microbodies, nuclear membrane, and Golgi complex. It helps in detoxification of metabolic waste. Golgi apparatus. It has a group of curved, flattened, plate-like compartments like cisterns. The cisternae produces a network of tubules from the periphery, and the tubules end in the spherical enzyme-filled vessels. These are commonly called as packaging centers of the cell. Golgi apparatus store the product of ER. They produce lysosomes. They secrete various enzymes, hormones, and cell wall material. Mitochondria, the powerhouse of the cell, that is a spherical or rod-shaped organelle, has two membranes, one outer and one inner membrane. Inner membrane produces a finger-like enfolding that are called as cristae. Inner membrane also has stalk particles called Racquet particles or oxysomes. The mitochondria is filled with granular mitochondrial matrix. The matrix has a cellular mitochondrial DNA, RNA, 78 ribosomes, proteins, enzymes, and lipids. This synthesizes and stores energy-rich molecules as ATP, that is adenosine triphosphate, during aerobic respiration. Plastic present in all plant cells, photosynthetic bacteria, and eukaryotes. There are three types of plastic. One is chromoplast, that is the different colored plastic, leucoplast, colorless, and the chloroplast, that is the green colored plastic. Chloroplast, which is the kitchen of the cell, contains green color pigment called chlorophyll. Chloroplast has double membrane matrix, that is called as stroma. Stroma has membranous sacs called thylakoids, and the thylakoids are arranged one above the other to form the granum. Granum is interconnected by threads. Their function is they help in the photosynthesis process. Single membrane-bound sac-like vesicles are termed as vacuoles. Vacuoles are membrane-bound organisms that can be found in both animals and plants. Plant cells have large vacuoles, that is the distinct character of them, and the animal cells have smaller ones. The membrane of vacuole is called as tonoplasm. Vacuole is filled with a watery fluid called cell sap, which has dissolved salt, sugar, enzymes, etc. Single membrane-bound vesicles that is filled with hydrolytic enzymes are called as lysosomes, which is tidal bags of cells. They can be found only in the animal cells, produced from the Golgi complex. They can be differentiated into four types, that is primary, secondary, residuous and autolysis. They can perform intracellular digestion and they can destroy old and non-functional cells and they recycle worn out cells. Now we will know more about the non-membranous cell organs. And the first name that comes in our minds is ribose, the protein factory of the cell that is present in cytoplasm, mitochondria, chloroplast and also found attached to rough ER and nuclear membranes. They are made up of rRNA and proteins. Prokaryotes have 70S ribosomes and the eukaryotes have 80S ribosomes. And these are the sites of protein synthesis. Centrosomes that are found in animal cells and in motile algae. It has two cylindrical structures called centrioles surrounded by centrosphere. Centrioles are arranged at right angles and they are made up of microtubules. The function of centrosomes is to help the cell division. And the non-living cell inclusions are like ergastric substance and cytoskeleton.
So that's all for today's video. If you like the video, don't forget to like, share and subscribe our channel. Thank you for watching.